In this video, I just wanted to talk about news, subject on the news, and this subject and topic is regards to a 9-year-old boy who was shot 7 times in the chest. He was basically lured into an alley by someone, don't know the details, and shot 7 times in the chest. The story, I just been following it and just looking at the details of the whole situation, trying to make sense of it all, because I mean, when you hear a 9-year-old boy getting shot in the chest 7 times, it just does something to you. And I have a very soft place in my heart for children, so that's another reason why I love children. I don't care if they're in the church or in the world. I don't care what religion they are. Children are children, and I just have a soft place in my heart for them. So when I saw the story, it really bothered me. Of course, you hear children getting killed every day all over the place, but because the media highlights certain stories, it's like you have no choice but to look at it. But when you look at a story that the media presents, you just don't want to take it for face value. And I'm the type of person that will, if it stirs something within me, I will follow it even days after it's over in the news, and I'll continue to follow the story and see how it develops. So that's what I've been doing with this story. And the more I follow the story as it unfolds, the more disturbing it becomes. And it's disturbing because of the mother that's involved with the story. She recently set up a GoFundMe, and this GoFundMe, there really needs to be something done about GoFundMe. I really feel like it's just the new hustle going on. I didn't know much about it, but I thought it was a little bit more stricter. I didn't know that you can just put up something and ask for money and people just throw it at you, and they don't know if you're going to use it for that specific cause that you presented on GoFundMe. So apparently you could do whatever you want to do with it at that point once it's given to you. I didn't know that's how it worked. I thought it was a little stricter than that, but apparently not. So they need to change the rules for that website. Anyway, she put up a GoFundMe, and of course I thought that was a little suspect, because first of all, she did it a day after her son was shot and killed. So she immediately started begging people, crying on video, posted it on her Instagram, on her Facebook, crying about the situation. No tears. I barely see any tears. And she was crying about her son, but her main focus was for people to support her by going to GoFundMe and send her money, which I thought was very odd, because I don't know, if I heard my son got shot 7 times in the chest in cold blood, I wouldn't be recording myself and posting, asking people for money for nothing. I'll be too devastated. I would be crying my eyes out. You wouldn't hear from me. I wouldn't be doing any interviews at all. I wouldn't be in front of any camera. I would just let people know I'm grieving right now. Can you just leave us? And sometimes people do that, mostly celebrities. When you hear somebody die in a celebrity's family or something, majority of the time you hear them say, let the family grieve. They don't want to talk right now. They're in the process of grieving a loss of a family member. So it was just kind of odd that she did that to me. I don't know, maybe it's just me. If I was a mother and I lost my child in the fashion that it was done, I don't know what I would do. I definitely know I wouldn't be posting videos asking for money on GoFundMe, setting up a GoFundMe account the next day or two after the whole thing. I would be so consumed in trying to figure out what happened, who did this to my child. I'll be maybe out on out protesting maybe, and asking people to help me find who did this to my son, seeking some type of justice. Call, Black Lives Matter. Can you help me out? Find justice for my son. That's what I would be doing. I wouldn't be posting, crying on video, asking for people to go to GoFundMe to send money. And I guess if that's what she wants to do, that's fine. But then as furthermore, as the story develops, then you hear news about the fact that she went out and bought a brand new car. And I'm like, what? Who does that? Who goes out shopping for a brand new car after their child died? Like, that doesn't make sense. And then her explanation for that is for protection. Why would you buy a brand new 2015 Chrysler for your protection in the hood, in your area? Who would buy a brand new car and drive it around in the hood? That's not going to protect you. If anything, you're opening yourself up to more crimes being committed towards you, because you got a brand new 2015 car driving around the hood. Secondly, if you were, she said that she was saving the money for the car before her son died. That should have been the last thing on your mind. Your son died, but you had to get that car because that car has been on your mind for, I don't know how long she'd been planning to get this car, and your son just died, and all you can think about is getting your car. And then they reported, they had her in the news. First, she said she had a video where she got upset because people were questioning the whole car thing. So she posted a follow-up video cursing people out, that the people who gave her the money, telling them that if you don't want to support me, leave me alone. I got this car for my protection. There's people, people threatening me. And then she stopped when she said that and was like, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, you just said some people are threatening you. Shouldn't you be going to the police and letting them know if somebody's threatening you? I mean, she just kept incriminating herself, looking more and more like guilty and suspicious to me. I'm sorry. And it just doesn't make any sense. The whole buying a car thing, it doesn't make any sense at all. And I would be the one to understand, why people would be upset that they're giving you money and here you are buying a 2015 car. She said that the dealership looked out for her, but it was somebody from the dealership who ratted her out. They were like, what is this woman doing at this dealership buying a brand new car after her son just got killed, shot 7 times in the chest? She out here buying a car. And so they are the one that exposed her, but she want to make it look like, oh, they were supporting her, so they helped her get the car. So she's saying all these different things that conflicting with things she said before on the videos that she posted on her social media sites. Then it's totally different from what she's saying on the news. It shows that you had no real concern about your son. You didn't care. So this begs to ask the question, did you have something to do with it? Do you know who did it? And then the craziest thing now, after, this new GoFund hustle she got going, her baby daddy started his own GoFund hustle. He started to go, for what? Then she has enough money for the burial, so what is he having a GoFundMe account for now? I guess he saw she was making money now. So it's disgusting. Like, a child, just a 9-year-old child, killed, shot 7 times. It takes a cold-hearted person to do that. Can you imagine holding a gun at a 9-year-old boy, shooting him at some point? I'm sure he fell to the ground and you kept shooting him. There's no way he could have stood up, still be standing while you're shooting at him 7 times. So his body was on the floor while whoever it was shooting and still shooting at him. Can you imagine your child getting killed that way? I don't know. I question if this woman is human. And people are still giving her money and taking up for her. Where's the logic? Where's the common sense? If you're going to give somebody money for something, make sure it's going towards the cause. If I go out, like my husband, he's a giver, whatever, and I've been out with him many times where, someone comes up and asking for money for food, and he will take them to get food. He wouldn't just give them the money. And sometimes they get upset because they really wanted the money for something else. You see what I'm saying? So you can't just take your money and throw it at people. And it's sad because she's a woman and she lost her baby, her son. So people are going to be more sympathetic and they're not going to even think of her trying to swindle them. And I don't know what's going on in society. It's just like logic has become like non-existent. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the iPhone and the technology have some type of waves that's burning out some brain cells, our brain cells, so we don't think and we don't have the ability to be analytic, and we despise that. We despise logic common sense. We don't want to think. I'm so sorry for his death. I don't know what I would do if I was a mother. I sure wouldn't have been doing the things she's been doing. I don't know what's going on with her, but it definitely something looks a little awry, okay, with her and the father. And she has pictures of her son, so it looks like, pictures of her and her son together, like she wasn't really like taking care of him. His grandmother was. So I'm just like, where's Black Lives Matter? Where's all you people who would like to share news across the internet about police brutality against blacks? Where's all the outrage? This was a young black boy, 9 years old, innocent child, lured into a alleyway, shot 7 times, lost his life, and his parents are out there making money off of it. And no viral, no CNN, no Black Lives Matter, no Al Sharpton, no Obama coming out to say anything. No, it's like liberals. Someone was saying that it's liberals that are funding her. They're protecting her. These liberals that created Black Lives Matter and all these Democrats, they're the one doing it. And I don't know. I'm starting to see that it could be that, because it baffles me how she's not being investigated, because she incriminated herself in the videos she's posted. She conflicting with things she's been saying, conflicting. Tender heart for children, and the whole thing just really bothered me. It almost came to a point where I just thought about that little boy getting shot, and I almost cried. Like, I couldn't see myself going out there doing that, posting videos on social media, begging people for money. Because the thing about it is, before the whole GoFundMe existed, people were getting killed and losing family members, and somehow we were able to bury them without GoFundMe. And even if you need money to bury your child or whatever, if you're in a grieving process, I know people will show up at your door to support you either way. They'll come at your door and offer you things without you even needing to ask for anything. You wouldn't need to ask for anything. You wouldn't need to post videos or create a GoFundMe account for nothing, because automatically people will be like, oh my gosh, she's grieving. Her son got shot 7 times. I can't imagine what she's going through. People will automatically reach out to you without you having to ask for anything. And it's just time to pray and stay in the Word of God, because the Bible definitely is on point. This is a woman. Women are supposed to be nurturing and caring, and it seems like they're the worst ones now. It's like really bad.